Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dugout Podcast. First things first, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's get this show on the road. Okay, where do I start from? It's been a sort of upside down, up and down weekend for most Arsenal fans, especially with the result of the game against Wolves this weekend. 3 points is 3 points, like a lot of people are saying. Win is a win. Take it whichever way you want. But then the thing is, it's the manner of which the game transpired that's now causing concerns amongst Arsenal fans alike. Because you're playing the bottom of the league and bottom of the table team, that's Wolves, at home in a game that you should be cruising at halftime. But all of a sudden, you need 2 own goals to win the game, and not just 2 own goals. You need a goal in the 94th minute to secure 3 points in a game where Arsenal dominated most part of the game for the better part of 75 minutes, up until Arsenal got the first goal, which was from an own goal. And all of a sudden, Wolves started dominating the game, started pressing, started getting options to score and everything. And funny enough, before the goal went, I had a hunch that they were going to score because of the way they were playing, and I just somehow just know my team, and I think that's the problem. A lot of Arsenal fans know this Arsenal team, and they know that there's that chink in the armor that can be there, and that's why most fans, our stance on whether we're winning the league has shifted drastically from 3 to 4 weeks ago to where we believe that we're going to run away with it. And right now, a lot of Arsenal fans, in the back of their mind, are thinking we might bottle it again, and they won't be far from the truth. But then again, let's delve into some of the reasons that may happen. Now, the first things first, since the injuries started affecting the team, Arsenal have not been able to get back to their winning ways. The form that saw them go 18 games unbeaten in all competition. After the Liverpool loss, and all of a sudden, games were harder to play. I understand you have your 2 centre back pairing out for most part of those period, and yes, Musquera and Nkapie seemed to do well against Chelsea, but then again, Musquera got injured. Now we have only Nkapie as an out-and-out centre back because Calafiori, Timber, and even Ben White have been playing left and right back for the better part of the 3 years that they've been playing right now. So the team looked a bit shaky, and then the front line also, we had injuries to Havertz, Gabriel, Jesus, and the new man, Victor Gyökeres. So the team has lost a bit of shape, form, since the injury crisis and everything. But then again, with the depth that we have, that we've all been seeing, that we have the best team right now in Europe, we have the most depth and everything, we expect Arsenal to cruise past some of these games. We did cruise past Club Brugge, so it's the only game that we've actually been comfortable overall since the injury crisis. But you look at the game against Aston Villa, we couldn't see how to draw there. The game against Brentford, we won 2-0, but the second goal from Saka felt more like a relief than the celebration that we scored the second goal, because the game was similar to this one against Wolves, where we scored the first goal, but all of a sudden we looked shaky, and Brentford were kind of getting back into the game. Then one way somehow we found the opportunity to go ahead 2-0, which wasn't the case against Wolves, because against Wolves we couldn't kill off the game, and all of a sudden they scored the equalizer in the 90th minute from a striker of which I really don't like personally. This is a striker that came to play for Nigeria in the World Cup playoffs and couldn't even muster a shot on target in all the games he played for Nigeria, and he comes off as a sub in less than 10 minutes and gets a equalizer against Arsenal. Make it make sense. But then again, I guess it's the Arsenal way. You always just have this thing about us that it will happen eventually, which is why people are saying we're going to bottle the league again this season. And then you look at the way we play against Wolves, and everybody's now, all Arsenal fans is now thinking this might not be it. So looking at the games, our attack is not as sharp as it used to be, and I said it, we are going to play a lot of low block this season, so we need a lot of creative players that can actually take risk. Our players don't take risk. They don't take risk anymore. They don't take risk when they are going into the final third. There's some passes that could be there, but for one reason or the other, Odegaard is not making the pass. Eze is not making the pass. So they rather hold on to the ball and then keep going sideways and sideways and sideways and sideways until maybe we get an opening or we get a cross in or something. So nobody's really taking the risk in the middle of the park where you can make those decisive defense splitting passes, but nobody's making those attempts as we expect or as they were even doing in the beginning of the season. So I think a lot of this stems from the fact that maybe they don't want to give the ball away and get caught on the counter because the defense is not as strong as it used to be. And I agree, yes, the defense is not as strong, but then again, you need to take risk in some of these games. And especially against Wolves. Wolves is the worst team in the league. 2 points from a million games. They are smack on relegating this season. There's no way out. There's no magic that's going to happen. Wolves are relegating. So it's not against Wolves at home that you're playing conservative. I mean, we didn't have a shot on target in the first half. Make it make sense. Because a lot of people want to say Gyökeres is not scoring goals. Yes, he's not scoring goals and nobody's happy about that. Some of it is on him. But then again, you have a striker in your team and was only able to muster one shot. Whether you like it or not, that is a team problem. That is not just a striker's problem. Because Haaland in Man City, in a game he may have like 5 to 6, 7 chances and score 2 goals. Miss the remaining 5. So what I'm saying, you need a striker that doesn't just, unless you're putting it on the plate for him, you don't expect him to score with every chance he gets. And we have a striker that we bought for almost 60 plus million pounds. And we don't seem to feed him. And we are saying, and a lot of Arsenal fans are saying that, some fans are saying that Gyökeres is a problem. Some are saying that the creativity of the team is not good enough. They're not playing enough for him. The thing is, Merino comes in and scores goals. So Gyökeres himself needs to want it a lot more. Me, I'm in the middle right now because I can't completely say that it's the team's fault and I can't completely say it's the striker's fault. But the thing is that sometimes when you're in a new team, you need to, as much as the players in the team need to adapt to you, you also need to adapt to the team. And yes, our wingers are more goal first than assist first. Someone like Martinelli definitely we know is goal first. If he had a chance in the game that he could have just squared it across the 6-yard box and he decided to go for a goal, and we have some Arsenal fans saying that Gyökeres should have tapped it in. You don't tap, that's a shot from 5 yards from the post. There is no way any striker is tapping that in unless the ball is hitting him and it's going to the net. Sorry. So that's the thing. So I'm going to wait to see if we can get our centre back pairing back and get the defense line back and see if we can continue to dominate games as we used to. Teams are continuing to play low block against us. I mean, people are saying, why did Man U beat Wolves 4-1 and then we seem to struggle to beat Wolves without even scoring a goal? The thing is, when they are playing against some other teams, and that's at home, they look at Man U that we can catch them. Sorry, Man U lost to Everton at home. To 10 men Everton at home. So definitely, if Man U is coming to play me in my house, I will fancy my chances. But Wolves did not fancy their chances against Arsenal. That's why they played the low block, the defensive game they played. They were trying to catch us on the counter, which happened a couple of times, but luckily Raya was on point and the defense too was capable. So that's the thing. Low block is the way forward for any team in the English Premiership playing against Arsenal. In the Champions League, it's a different ball game. That's why we seem to be flying in the Champions League. People are coming out to play against us. But in the Premiership, unless we're a top 5 team, teams are going to be playing low block against us, and so we need to find a way to deal with it. On the positive side of things, it's good to see Jesus back in the fray. I mean, it gives our attack a different dynamic, a different kind of approach to games. And also when it comes to low block, someone like Jesus is someone that actually creates for himself. So it's a good thing he's back. Can't wait to have Havertz back, because that means there's going to be a lot more options going up front. Because right now, what we have is Jesus and Gyökeres and maybe Merino. But once we have Havertz back, that's going to be like a variety of options in front. When this is not working, you can quickly switch it. So it's a good thing that we're having them back. We need to get Gabriel back, and also we need to get Mosquera back as soon as possible. Our biggest strength this season has always been in the defense, and that is where the injury has hit us the most. Ben White also limped off the game. It probably seemed like a hamstring injury. Hopefully it's not going to be that serious. Hopefully we can get him back at least sometimes in January. But the thing is, every game right now, till at least we get maybe a 5 to 6 point cushion back, is a must win for Arsenal. Arsenal cannot afford to drop points. Any drop points now and City wins, City go top, because they have a better goal difference already. So right now, every game right now is a must win until we are able to build a cushion again. If we are able to build a cushion, that was why all this stumbling and fumbling that we've had, we are still top of the league, and that's how you win the Premiership. you need to build cushion, because no matter what somebody or someone or some people are chasing, Aston Villa seems to be flying a bit under the radar, but they are very consistent. They are the most informed team in the league, and whether we like it or not, we are approaching the midway point of the season, and Villa is top 3. So yes, whether they like it or not, they are in the title race. And the last game of the year for Arsenal is the second leg against Aston Villa at the Emirates. Hopefully the Emirates remains a fortress, because we haven't lost there in only God knows how many games, and we seem to be picking up all our points at the Emirates this season. So I hope it still remains a fortress, and we are able to get the 3 points against Aston Villa, because that is going to be a massive game. Villa, they've been, since Emirates took over, they've been one of the teams that give us problems. They've been like some sort of Achilles to the Arsenal, and I'm sure Emery will be up for it. We saw what happened last time when they were playing us. They paraded their one and only Champions League trophy to show levels in quotes. So we need to pay them back for that. If not for anything else, we need to get them back for that. So this is the first time in a long while that we're only going to play one game in the week rather. No midweek games. So I expect the guys to be fresh. I expect everybody to be up for it. Let's go and play the Everton game, and hopefully the energy level increases and we go back to the Arsenal that started this season. Remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. See you on the next one.